Hello Tubesters, it's Gav. Welcome to another one of my videos. Thanks for joining me. Today we're having a look at, I've lost it already, I've just done the unboxing, I'm doing this about face. Star Wars Legion ATRT. Star Wars Legion, if you don't know, is a game, tabletop game, obviously set in the Star Wars universe. It goes back to the Clone Wars as well. If you don't know, Clone Wars was before the main Star Wars of Han Solo and Princess Leia and that. And we're going to be looking at that. There we go. It's a lovely little model. I've just put it together and just done a quick video, or not so quick video in my case. It really is a nice little kit. So join me down the bench and we'll see how nice it is. Right guys, just a quick look at the box. No point turning it all round. I have opened it. I opened it last night, which to say I've had it about 3 months, 4, 5 months. I've no idea. If there was anything missing, I was stuffed really, but there wasn't, so we were lucky. Right, so this is an ATRT, two-legged walker. Bit of bump that I read on the thing. It said that these are holdovers from the Clone Wars. The Clone Wars happened, if you think of Star Wars as we know it, so Han Solo, Princess Leia, all that stuff, Chewbacca. Clone Wars happened before that, and the story is the rebels got themselves a bunch of these, and obviously put them into good use. So they're quite old in the scheme of things for when Star Wars is set, that we know it. Is that something more or less sounding right? That's what the box says anyway. So let's go and take a look. Right, as per most of these, is it Fantasy Flight Games that do these? I can never remember. I should actually. Yeah, Fantasy Flight Games. They're always well boxed, says the bloke who's only done about, I think, the due back so far, but they are. It comes in the like these plastic doobries, if you want to call them that, some seal up bags. I have actually put this together once and it all fits. You get your figure and you get some weapons. I'll come to those in a minute. You also get some instructions. I built them without him. I know. Hey, Gav actually built something and it went together okay. And I didn't even use instructions. I didn't even have to put my marker pen on any of the bits. So if you're model challenged like I am, it fits quite well. I don't believe it's particularly posable unless you did some major alterations, which I'm sure people do. You get like the pistons here, or struts, whatever you want to call them, like gas struts. You can see there. So it only fits one way. It is a gaming piece at the end of the day. You know, it's up to you how much you want to customise it. You also get, I won't get them out, but these cardboard tokens are nice and thick. I usually leave those intact because obviously if I do manage to sell it, the person I'm selling to gets all these as well. But yeah, they all look nice. I won't get this out of the bag, but it's a usual base. I believe you point them in that direction. That's what the dewback's been pointed to anyway. I have done on the dewback, I've left some of these grooves in, as I've seen most people do, because obviously they give you some arcs of fire or whatever, I suppose. I don't play the game myself, I just enjoy Star Wars and painting things. Right guys, we'll have a look at the bits that you get. We've got the main body. Now, I was debating yesterday when I'll stick this together. I'll turn the camera off afterwards, stick it together, and we'll have one last bit at the end. I was debating whether I open these cooling vents up or just do what they probably would expect you to do, which is just, you know, put some black in there. I probably wouldn't go to the extent of pushing these. I might do, just to get those gaps filled there. As I say, it really is a gaming piece, so it depends how much you want to go to town on it. I'll probably paint it in sub-assemblies. I was thinking about, could I fill that with some filler that I can wipe off. I'm not going to try and sand it, because I'm just going to, just be hiding to nothing really. There is some mould lines. Obviously it's a plastic moulded piece, so you see it down the centre there, so there's just a bit of cleaning up to do. That isn't a ejection pin mark, it's for some antenna, radio antenna, communications antenna, whatever you want to call it. But there's lots of details there that you can put washes into and things. But yeah, I think for a gaming piece, it's quite hard plastic. It's not soft, which is good. The legs, again, lots of detail, lots of different, obviously pistons, struts, whatever you want to call them, to obviously move things. The only ejectors that I could see, I take it these are ejector pin marks. They're not shown on the artwork, so you can just fill those and cover them over. I mean, if you wanted to, you could even make something of them as if they were part of the, the foot itself. So none of that's posable. It's all one piece. Again, I keep saying, it's a gaming piece, so it's how much you want to do with it. Again, we'll try and get rid of these mould lines as best we can. So it's not a huge piece. I'll show you that when it's all done. Same as the other leg there. But they're even I can't stuff these up. You can only go one way with them. And there's a couple more struts, one for either side. Again, just a bit of a mould line you have to clean up. And then we've got like an armoured shield, for want of a better word. It's a tiny bit of damage, as in battle damage, that they've scored into it. I'm going to do a bit more on mine. Go over that in a minute. We've got our figure. I prefer normally sticking arms and things on. By the way, I think for this type of figure, I think the face is very nice. Again, you can see all the detail. Yeah, I'd normally put the arms on, but the arms in a second I'll show you, they attach into the machine because he's holding the grips. So I might well paint him off. He's got a backpack. It's the only loose bit that I'll do that, hold it in now because it doesn't fit on very tight, so it's going to need some glue. But there's our backpack. I've seen other versions where he's actually holding a weapon at the side, but you only get this option, which I'm happy about. Not really fussed. But, again, really detailed backpack. Sorry if you can hear my computer updating, whirring away in the background. These are the arms, just show you the one. Again, you can't really go wrong with the fitting of the arms. And dry fitting it, I don't think it's going to really need any filling. So I might well paint these separately. Weapons. I think these are designed for magnets. You don't get the magnets, so unfortunately. Obviously, you've got a Gatling gun of some description. They always make me laugh with these. We're supposed to be in some galaxy far, far away, and we've got Gatling guns. But so they could do with being drilled out, really. But it's always the way. The only magnets I've got are these, and they are way too big. I will try one when I put it all together, and we'll have a look. But I think I'm gonna have to invest in some smaller magnets because there's no place to clip these into. So you get like a Gatling gun, you get like your standard blaster, which is on the artwork on the box. Again, you could do with drilling out, maybe if you can do it tidily, drill out the front. Again, it'll just need a general demoulding, get rid of the mould seams. mould lines, whatever you want to call them. And then we've got a flamer, which goes on that way. So we've got our liquid to ignite. And they only are lasting to show you these couple of antennas. That's stuck on the back of the seat area. Right, what I'll do is I'll stick it together and we'll take a look. Right, this is our guy mocked up. It's just a bit of blue tack on the Gatling gun, obviously on the comms antenna. Well, if it's a comms antenna, I'm not 100% sure. But anyway, so we've got a bit of blue tack there, a bit of blue tack there, and a bit of blue tack on his pack. I'll get a bit of a closer look in a minute. It probably will fall apart now. Under the lights, it's obviously with the grey plastic, it might not show up. I'd advise, I can see a bit of surface residue on this, from the moulding process, so I would advise you probably get some sudsy water and your old toothbrush and just give it a wash off. It will sit better than that with the arms. When I had it last night, they were quite in. You didn't have much of a gap. It's even well designed here. They've designed it, they've cut it out so the pack goes up quite close. So again, the pack sat out slightly because it's on a bit of blue tack. I've got some ideas what I want to do with it. The box art shows a bit of green paint, not so much camouflage. I mean, I've seen people camouflage these. Your world's your oyster, really. I'm going to show a bit of blaster damage on the shield and maybe on the odd part of on the legs. I will be putting a bit of colour on it as well, but not camouflage, just a bit like the box art in a sense, but a different colour. What I'm debating is I'm never sure. You sometimes see it with people when they do Star Wars stuff and they put rust streaks on and things like that. The only thing that I always think is this is supposed to, what they call it, plaster steel or something in the Star Wars universe, and you say to yourself, would it rust? I don't know. Just putting it out there. Would plaster steel rust? But I will be putting some fluid. Obviously, there's going to be lots of fluid areas here, but could have leaks and things. We'll have a bit of a glow around the engine, exhaust ports and stuff. So I'm really looking forward to that. I said that about the dewback, and then it fell off. I fell off the cliff a bit with that. Not because I wasn't enjoying it. I just couldn't get the idea of what I wanted to do with the Stormtrooper. I couldn't show him in a nice shiny armour, and to be honest with you, I'm not sure I could pull it off anyway. But the shiny armour for Tatooine was too much. It needed to be more grimy, in my opinion. I do see reenactors wearing these, and they've obviously got them all from the same place because all the staining's in the exact same areas. And when I've seen them for Tatooine and that, they've got them almost like mud, and I'm thinking they had moisture farmers and that on there because it is so dry, a couple of suns or whatever. So I just wanted to show mine a bit grimy rather than muddy. But yeah, I've tried me magnets as usual are too big. I bought those and never used them yet. They were actually, I think, designed. I think I'd got them to actually hold some Harry Potter bases down, which they would do, but they're just a bit too big for these. So I'll have to go on the eBay and try and find some micro magnets so I can do all three options. There's no point showing it now, but yeah, no, really impressed with that. I think it's there's some demold lines to, you're gonna have to get your seam scraper out, but I think also as well it can be painted in pieces rather than in, I mean, you could paint it in one if you wanted to, but everything clips together nicely. I think the figure's really nicely done. You only get the one pose. I can understand it in one sense because you've got to get his legs on the feet rests here, and you've got to, obviously his arms have got to be really attached, I suppose. I'm sure there's people out there doing loads of customisations to them. but mine will be box standard. As I say, I take it because this doesn't clip up inside. I think they do have designed it for you to put magnets on, and then you can just obviously take your weapons off to suit whatever game scenario you want to do. But yeah, your guy's head can't come off or anything like that. So yeah, I'm looking forward to that. So guys, thank you very much for stopping by and taking a look. It may be of interest to some people. If you like me and you enjoy your Star Wars, you know, you'll enjoy putting one of these together, I'm sure, even if you don't game it. You know, it's a fun little model. As I say, I've just bought one for £11. I can't honestly, I only bought it yesterday and I can't remember if I paid postage on top of that or not, if the postage was included. But I thought for 11 quid, it's a nice bit of fun to have, you know what I mean? For me as a painter and a modeler, you've got a bit of everything there. As I say, everything's clipped together. You can just see the strut there. There's one either side that just holds it, more or less holds itself together when it's got itself pinned in. I mean, obviously I put some glue around. You know, you can do something with the base. I thought the base on this one, we've had a dry Tatooine base, and I thought on this base I might put some puddles and things in, just to make it you know, just a bit different. Right guys, thank you very much for stopping by and taking a look. We'll be getting onto this one. In fact, it's going to go straight down and get some of that mold release agent off it, and then hopefully you'll be seeing the dewback over the next couple of days. I haven't forgotten about the Vietnam bust in one way. In another way I have, because I keep getting around to getting a video out of that one completed. But you will be seeing that at some stage. It's all done, it's in the drawer, it just needs a video done of it. What else have we got? I'm not sure whether I'm going to show the armour models 1 in 72 Hurricane until it's actually, we will see it, but I might wait until it's actually completed. I don't know yet, depending on how I feel at the time. And I've got the 1 battalion of the 2-foot battalions and a cavalry battalion commission I'm doing from 28mm front rank figures. I've done the 1 battalion that's going to get varnished tomorrow and get the colour mounted and things like that and based. And I've started on the 2nd one. I've got 3 Pinkerton agents for the Old West project, artisan miniatures. Got 1 painted and 2 on the go. US Marine Corps 228mm Empress miniatures. They haven't got any farther forward still. Yeah, so got bits and pieces bubbling away in the background. Right, see you soon on another video. Thank you very much.